Okay, we are live. So you need to make sure you've got sound. Sounds like you've got sound. You need to make sure you've got sound.
You've got sound. You've got sound. You've got sound.
Well, good morning, Debbie. I see that you're on.
Good morning, Debbie.
I'm going to have to mute this or I'm going to keep getting an echo.
I know it. They'll get it, and then we'll get feedback.
All right, so I've muted it.
All right, 5 more minutes, and then we can quit.
Okay, we can quit. Huh? I forgot when we scheduled to do this that it was Memorial Day weekend.
Well, we can always just do the first 12.
Hi, Tina. Welcome.
Hi, Tina. I'm assuming you can hear us. We've had problems in the past.
Your name throws me. My maiden name is Lowe, L-O-W-E, and I have a cousin named Tina. So every time I see your name, it brings to mind family.
Yeah, it's Dream of Moonwolf. Oh, Sherry Seaver. Oh, good heavens, we're going to have to do this. We were thinking because it was Memorial Day weekend, no one would show up and we could hang around for 10 minutes and then just go back to bed, take a nap. But it looks like we're going to have to do this now, which is going to be fun. Cherie Seaver. We actually have several people who are on the road this weekend and they're upset that they're going to miss this. And so
Well, I'm happy to see everybody.
I am too. And we still have 5 minutes. Who knows who might be coming?
Well, we show a higher number watching than who have commented.
Do we? I can't see those numbers.
And if I remember right, they call the people who kind of watch and never comment, they call them lurkers or look. So welcome, lurkers.
Looky-loos.
Looky-loos? That's what we used to call people who would come out and look at houses that were for sale, but really weren't intending to ever buy. Those were called looky-loos.
Oh gosh, Gina's here.
And Georgia.
And Georgia, so we're going to have to do this. We can't cancel it out. So we've never done, anytime we do something new, it's kind of an anxiety experience. Hey, Roseanne, by the way, someone tell us that you can hear us. So
maybe we've been making all these comments and nobody can hear us.
We're just talking. Oh my heavens. Maybe you better send a message out, Debbie.
Let's see. Good morning,
Steve. We can hear you. Loud and clear.
Georgia. And it is clear. Good.
Okay, is it too loud? Is it too clear? I can fix it.
You want to muddy it up?
I can muddy it up. I am the world's greatest muddier, as you well know, for not cleaning the garage. This is my excuse for not mowing the lawn, so I can hear you. I understand it.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes, you hear it. And it is so stressful. Afterwards, we just collapse. We go back and we take a nap or something. No, we really don't. Did anybody see Danielle Wick's video that she put out last night?
I think she put it out about midnight,
or 10 or something like that. She's on the West Coast.
But it's to do a seed bead bezel around a cabochon, and it's a stunning video.
She has done an excellent video. You know,
her technique is one I've never seen, but makes it so easy.
We are on YouTube only. Yes, I mean, what else is there? Are there other places?
Maritza, there.
I guess on Facebook.
And Kathy.
Yes, and I saw you posted something, Maritza, on Facebook, and I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Oh, I have. They're gorgeous. I just haven't had a chance to comment on them yet.
I let Debbie do the commenting. She has all the art experience, and she knows what's going on.
You're full
Kathy
of it.
Ryan. I'm sorry, I posted late. There is no late. Colleen!
Happy birthday!
Yes.
Related, but hey.
Did you get your birthday box?
I think she did. She told me she did.
Okay.
You got...
Danielle is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, Danielle was introduced to us by Colleen. They're friends. Of course, I think Colleen is friends with everybody. Every time we run into somebody in the beading world, they mention Colleen. Colleen is becoming the most famous person in the beading and crafting world, I think. If you're not friends with Colleen, you'd better become one.
We have a pretty good group now, 21. Let's explain quickly how we hope this is going to work. It's our first.
This is going to work. So
I hope so. This is our first sale.
We have had our granddaughters help us, and I use air quotes for that. They think they're helping, and sometimes they make things harder. And so hopefully this will work. You watched Danielle yesterday. She does an amazing job. We have some amazing collaborators with this, and I mean, Colleen is one. Dina.
Colleen's the original.
The original collaborator. Wow, that just sounds. There's got to be a better way to put that.
But Dina Johnson's doing I mean, her videos are so professional.
If you haven't been to one of Dina's videos, you should go there and check them out. She does such a fun job with what she's doing. Colleen is just fun to listen to and to watch, and she does some amazing designs. Becky Foster is another one. So all of these people just make for a wonderful community, which we are very happy to be a part of. And it's funny, no one ever invites us to collaborate, do they?
That's because we're too busy doing it the other way around.
I think it's because I'm scary.
You're scary, huh?
I'm scary, yes.
Okay. How we're hoping this will work is Steve will put a header card up first that has a number. The very first thing is the item number. That's the important thing. And then he'll describe what the item is.
There's the item number.
And all you'll do is, if you want any of the strands, like that was number 1, all you have to do is just put number 1 times 1 or number 1 times 2. If it's being sold by the half strand, either put 1/2 for half or type out the word half.
Oh my gosh, we'll be able to figure that out?
Well, if they just do a 1 and they only want half a strand, that might make it a little confusing.
If you want 1.5, that gets kind of hairy. But
we'll sell as many as we've got. If requests are for more than what I have,
Mary Ann's here.
We will just, unfortunately, we'll only be able to go for whatever number I happen to have.
Yeah, I think we have one example that it's by color also, isn't it? Where it has one ID number and there's different colors.
Yeah, it's the cats. Everybody's here.
Oh, the cats.
So they're one ID number, and you'd have to follow the number with the color.
Yeah, the cats. This is like down in the lower right-hand corner.
But that's a ways down.
Those come in several colors. A couple of the things are very limited in number, and so it will have to be first come, first serve. Also, several people have been asking, because it's a holiday weekend, they're going to be out of town. If somebody who is listening to this in the future wants something and they don't know if it's available and you need all the cats. Is this a need, Colleen, or is this just a want? But anyway, if you come on late or anything and you see something you want, just email us and we will honor the prices that we're doing here today, which are somewhere around half of our retail price, which may be the same as everyone else's or possibly is a little bit less. So anyway, how many people do we have on? Do we have more than 5?
32.
Okay, 32. That's good enough. We won't cancel it and go home. Cats are the only reason.
The cats.
Wow.
They're down the list a ways. We'll get to it when we get to
That's
it.
because I'm allergic to cats, and so we're saving me. I took all my hay fever medicine. I'm especially allergic to metal cats. So anyway, Camille's here, so we can start. All right, the first item is item number 1. It's a multicolored glass column bead. This is imitation jade, I believe, and it comes in these wonderful pastels. And you can see how these are cut. They kind of have lines on them, which lends to some sparkle. But along with these, we also have number 2, which is slightly different.
Just an ever so slightly different shade of color.
Yeah, it's a little bit different color if you look at it.
So number 1 will be on the left, number 2 is on the right. But you can see how close they are.
And these are $1.85
for a full
strand, $1 for a half strand, and it looks like we've got about 20 strands of each.
There's over 95 beads on a full strand. There are probably at least 15, 16-inch strands.
But anyway, that's our first item here today, and I am going to hopefully put them back in the correct bag, and we will bring out item number 3 while you all contemplate these glass beads. They're kind of a, what an optical bead.
They make a great separator, spacer type bead, or filler if you're just trying to fill a lot of space.
Yeah, I wish I'd had these when I was raising kids.
3.5 millimeter on a side. They're a round cut tube, and 3.5 by 3.5.
You can see what they look like in my hand, if that helps a tiny bit. I guess we need to put some sort of a scale on there. Drop a Canadian quarter onto the mat so they can see it. So let's see number 3. Let's see what we've got here. We will do this better if we ever do this again. Number 3 is an agate star cut rounds, 9 to 10 millimeters. They are $3.80 for a set of 15, 18. We have 18 sets, and I'm going to dump them out and bring them up for you to see. Whoa. And they are falling all over the place. I love this cut. Of course, I just like agates, and it's just kind of a fun coloration that are here. Again, these are $3.80 for a strand of 15 beads. A lot of fun. I see bracelets when I see these. How long should I leave these up here? 3 by 1? Oh, 3 times 1. How do we order? You just type it into the chat. You type the number. Like Gina, 3 by 1. You really should. Well, maybe you do mean number 3 and you only want 1. There. So there, like Michelle just put up. She put number 3 times 1, and that works. Chris will just hopefully assume that that's what you mean, is the star agates. Anyway,
Gina, Michelle.
A lot of fun here.
Don't go too fast, Steve. I have to write this all down.
Debbie thinks that she can write these down.
Chris wants 1.
It's okay, Chris.
See, Carol.
We can figure it out.
1. Can't go any faster.
Well, we only have 18 strands.
Wendy. I know this takes a minute. Wendy wants 1. Just talk to him, Steve. Good at that.
We've already discussed the plural of moose and everything in the future. By the way, is next week? Is it an auction next week?
No, it's live.
Well,
the party line.
Live. It's party line next week.
Party line next week.
Okay.
And the drawing for the stash challenge that ends tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to draw things?
Harry wants 1. Okay.
Well, while Debbie's doing that, I'm going to throw up the next thing, which is what?
Okay, some of these people have backed up to 1 and 2, and I missed that.
Okay.
I'm going to have to pick it up. We'll have to go from this point on. I'll have to come back and do the replay.
Okay. Mary Ann, I'm curious, what time, kids?
Oh, next week, 10 o'clock.
Oh, 10 o'clock, Mountain Time.
Mountain Daylight Time, so.
Okay, these are just a fun, whoops, upside down. This is just a fun set of buttons. This green opal button is 22 millimeters. They are $2.25 a piece. We have 10 of them. Some of them are on these fun cards. that Debbie did years ago.
Yeah, this is old stock. I bought these a really long time ago. The crystals in them are the company that has disappeared and said they aren't going to make beads anymore. Swarovski is the crystal content on those.
They have just a little shank on the back.
I started to mount them on the cards. Turn the card over so they could see the back.
It just gives the size, the whole size.
Yeah.
It's a shank. It's a metal wire shank.
Shank type thing. But the retail on those was $370, and like I said, this is old stock.
Oh my heavens! And we're selling them for $220. What a bargain, Debbie!
Yeah.
So,
well, 5 of them are on a card like this,
Yeah,
and
then-
5 of them weren't
in
fastened to the card, so I only have 10. So
that or they accidentally fell off the cards while we were looking at them, which I can see me doing. So there you can just barely see the shank. There's so much shine on the back. And number 4.
those are number 4.
This is number 4.
Just a green opal there. I have quite a few of these types. I collected buttons for a long time. My grandmother was a tailor, a seamstress. Growing up, she did all the sewing for my school years.
And everyone would bring their old clothes, and if she couldn't save them and recycle them, she cut the buttons and the zippers out and saved them in a box. And Debbie got that humongous box of buttons.
But it made me just love buttons, so I started collecting them, and these are some that I collected a long time ago.
All right, I'm going to put the buttons away. Now, if we do have an oversell, like if somebody orders beyond the 18,
4, 5, 6,
we will
7,
notify you.
8. We have 8. So far, everybody, I think, will get one because there was 10 buttons, and I'm seeing 8 orders.
Which is fine. Debbie really doesn't want to give up her buttons. This is hard for her. All right.
Well, I just tried to picture the beautiful jewelry and using the button as a clasp. What could be done with it?
We have more buttons. This is number 5, which is a white opal button.
Same button, but just in white. Instead of green
white.
opal, it's a white opal.
And let's bring them all out here. Same price, $225. Same card, except there's a different number on the back, different SKU number. And again, we have some extras here, and there are actually 10 of these.
Right.
So buttons. Someday we'll give you our origin story and how I was dragged kicking and screaming into the bead making world. And I had no idea that you could use buttons for anything other than
buttons.
Buttons, yeah.
I love using buttons as clasps. In this case, though, they'd make a beautiful focal.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. This on a, gosh, even like not just a stretch cord, but the heavy bungee, or onto a leather cord, or onto, a silk cord or a other card.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put these back away. By the way, down in the comments, we would appreciate any suggestions that you have after we're done here on how we could improve this, or if there are items that you wish we would put on that you think we might have or know we have. Some people know oh my gosh, this one's heavy. Okay, I think we have lots of these. This next one.
This item was intended for the tiger eye box, but the beads did not make it in time. I only had like one sample strand and wanted more, so I ordered them, but they didn't make it. But they were meant to go with the tiger eye box. So
these are a crackle bead. She calls it a camel crackle glass bead, 8mm rounds. I call them the caramel crackles because that just sounds better to me.
But the crackle makes them glitter. It looks like glitter down inside.
Yeah, I guess if it's glass, it's crackle. If it's a gemstone, it's dragon vein.
Yeah.
But we have 20 strands of this. There are 55 beads on a strand, and as you can see, it's $1 a strand for these. And this is, what would you say, about a 15-inch, 16-inch strand?
Yeah. I'd
Debbie,
say it's at least a 16-inch
yeah,
strand.
this is a fun one. This fun one. Take this one out in the sun. I would bring the sun in here, but it would probably immediately kill us. But you'd be able to see the sparkle on these a lot better.
That's the fun part of a crackle glass, is because of the fractures running through it, it creates a druzy effect and creates a lot of sparkle.
Yeah.
Glitter, a glitter type sparkle.
Yeah, this one's a lot more fun at the beach than it is, you know, at the opera or in a dark theater because you can't see the sparkle. So that is number 6, $1. At least 20 strands. I swear there's more than 20 strands in there.
Actually, there are 40. I made a mistake on that one.
That's kind of a big mistake, Debbie.
So I doubt we'll run out.
Who knows? Yes. See, lows think a lot. You and Tina, those of you who weren't here earlier, Debbie was talking to Tina Lowe about the fact that Debbie's maiden name is Lowe. Margot's here. I didn't see that. And
Hi,
Dawn.
Margot. Welcome.
All right, next we have, let me make sure this doesn't go with something else. It doesn't.
Now, I call this a button, but it doesn't have a shank on it. But it's how I would use it. It has areas that you can run your thread up and between the pearls and then back to the back side, so it would be really easy to attach it to a bracelet or a necklace or that.
And we have 25 of these. We're selling them individually for $175, but we also do sets of 3 for $450, which I guess brings it down to, there's a set of 3 for $450. There's the back. It's kind of a antique gold or a brass.
Yeah.
Just fun for those of you who are into pink and purple.
Pearls, and again, these are old stock, so that is Swarovski crystal. This particular person that manufactured these, that's all they used in their buttons was the Swarovski crystal, flatbacks, whatever.
I don't know if the pearls are Swarovski pearls, but they're definitely
that I don't know.
Pearl.
I only know that the crystals are. So
yeah, we have our own system for what, artificial pearls.
Yeah, because these are old stock and I bought them so long ago, pretty safe to say you probably won't find them for sale out there anymore. Discontinued.
Who knows where Debbie got them or when? I don't think she even remembers.
It would have been back around 2008 or even earlier. So
yeah, which I was just a youngster at that time. And
but I love buttons. So if you guys like buttons, you'll see them in future sales.
Yeah, just let us know.
I have quite a large collection of buttons. So
okay, next we have a bead in 2 different sizes, and these were sold to us as Morganite, but they're not. They're an
Shanda thinks they are.
Yeah, Shanda thinks they are. I think they might be.
Shanda thinks they're a high-grade Morganite, but if they were, I think I would have paid more than I did for them. So I'm saying that these are a chalcedony. It's a natural chalcedony where they've kind of culled through it and picked out the different colors of the chalcedony to make it look like Morganite.
Yeah, we put 20 beads on a strand for $3. We have 18 sets of the...
Are those the 8 millimeters?
These are the 8 millimeters, and then I've got 6 millimeters here as well, which I will bring out, which there are 25 beads on a strand, and we have 20 sets, and these are $250 a strand. This is number 9, so it's 8 and 9. And you can see the just wonderful colors. If they're Morganite, they are a beautiful grade.
Yeah, I got the still of the century if they're Morganite.
If they're real Morganite. And of course, we've even got the blue, which in Morganite blue is
aquamarine.
Aquamarine. And I think Morganite is a chalcedony anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, they're pretty, and the price is really decent. So these are our short strands. And so let me put those.
If you move your hand, they can see the header a little bit.
Oh, Well, I just put the header on. I'm sorry.
Well, now you've covered the...
I've
There we go.
I've never done this before.
Now you still can't read it. It's off the computer. There, thank you.
Happy?
I'm happy.
Okay. Now I'm going to put them away.
Yeah. Just, I think they need to be able to see it so they can see the number, the price, and what they're getting.
Well, you know me. I'm the one that, when I do tutorials, most of it is off screen. So I just assume people can look at the sides and see them.
Guess you could pan back slightly.
I thought about that, but then you can't see anything, so.
Oh, okay. If you lift them up, though, they see them that way.
Yeah. Be nice to me, people. I had a rough week. My computer died, and we're hoping it doesn't die, but halfway through this yard sale. By the way, what do you think of the idea of the yard sale? I love yard sales. All right, what do we got next?
Let's see.
Oh, we've got
Number
a whole bunch of
10.
things. These are the half-plated.
Oh, these, yeah. The next one, I think there's 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 colors of this crystal.
And each one has a different number.
And each one is a different number, so just...
So I'm not going to pull out everything that's in the bag, but these are a half-plated rice.
They can't see the number again.
I know, because I'm pulling them out. This is number 10. Okay. 30 beads for $3.75, 15 beads for 2, let's call that a half. I have 18 strands of this peach, and you can see that fun sparkle from the half plating.
It's a half-plated silver AB. It's really a different, it makes them sparkle clear across the room. So number 10 is the peach puff.
And then we have number 11, which is the same price. We have only 10 strands of this one. And this is a light blue. Again, the sparkle on this, it's like on the TV screen when you're shooting a picture of the sun and it washes out. We'll put that one right there. And then we have a red.
Might only be able to do 3 at a time.
I'm probably only going to be able to get 3 up there at a time. Sorry, it's not red, it's crimson. Again, 30 beads, $3.75, 15 for $2. And there are 19 strands of the red.
You might start seeing red glass and red crystal going up in price. They have to use a tiny bit of gold to get the reds. They use a tiny bit of silver, I believe, to get blues. Yeah. But because I've received notices from several vendors saying that the factories are raising the prices because of the content that goes into making the glass beads. So we might start seeing where instead of getting them all at the same price like this, your reds might cost more.
Anyway, you'll notice that the half plating on this is a gold.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put away the first one, the peach puff, faceted rice. And it's kind of more towards a gold than a silver, I think, too, but not as gold as on the crimson. Let me set that one aside, and I'll bring out the next one, which is a sea green. Which prices and everything is the same. There are 20 strands of the sea green. And you can see it is different from the light blue, but it's a sea green. It's interesting, the half plating tends to reflect and take on the colors of the underlying bead. On this, I'm going to put the light blue away, and we'll bring out the 5th one.
That sea green is number 13. You can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got it underneath, don't I?
Look,
Look what?
that's what they see.
You're kidding. How come? I actually expanded it. Here's what I'm seeing.
I see that. Okay.
There we go.
And the last one.
What is the last one?
It's another.
This is the green.
Yeah.
Oh, let's put that light blue with that. Okay, and we have, this is olive green, which is probably an underripe olive. And
I think it
again,
just means it has a little more yellow than
yeah,
blue in it. Definitely got the gold plating on it.
And we have 19 strands on this one as well. This is a lot of fun. All right, which one goes next? Probably the red. I put it away.
Well, that's all the colors on those, right?
That's all 5 colors.
That's all 5 colors.
We had never seen these beads before. Our vendor hadn't offered them to us, and when they came in, you kind of open the box, and it's like the sun is inside the box reflecting back. It was just one of those television moments that you can only see on TV. And I'm going to put away the sea green. Gosh, it's only been 25 minutes since and 20 minutes since we started. We may get through all this, Debbie. And the olive green is going back into the bag. Okay, Gloria Hammond, she says 1 full strand on both.
Number 13 with full strand. Do you mean 13 and 14 is what I would assume? Gloria, or Georgia Hammond. Full strand. Oh, full strands on both. No, she wants 10. I understand what you mean now. You asked for 110 and 113 and you want a full strand on both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got it.
They are pretty. Okay, here's another complicated one, Debbie. We have some Mookaite, and I love Mookaite.
I've got sizes from 4 to 10, so just be aware. He's going to show them one at a time, probably in reverse order, 10 down to 4.
It's not reverse order. That's the order they came in.
Inside, well.
Okay, these are 10 millimeters, and you can see from the card that they are $3.35 for a strand of 15 beads. I have 13 sets. I love Mookaite. We don't put it in kits often enough because
I don't have any Mookaite orphans.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a single one anywhere
anymore. I had a couple, but they went up for sale at past auctions.
I think we did them at auctions.
Yeah.
And so let's get the 8 millimeter out here. So that's $3.35 for
a 10 millimeter.
And on the 8 millimeter, we have a 45 to 46 strand, a full strand, a half strand. The full strand is $6.50, half strand $4. It says you got 17 strands. What does that mean, Debbie?
I have 17 strands, full strands.
Okay, so if we sell 17 full strands, nobody gets a half strand?
Well, if they ask for a half before we sell the full strands.
Anyway, there are the 8s. And then let me see if I can find 6s. Okay, the 6s, again, full strand, half strands. We have 21 strands, 5 for a full strand, $3 for a half.
By the way, the prices on a lot of these, you marked them down anywhere from 25 to 50% off of our retail price. So,
oh, I haven't been giving those prices.
No, you haven't.
I'm sorry. That's because it's buried under all these beads. My crib sheet. There are the 6 millimeters, we have a funny story. We had someone who wanted to help us once, and Debbie says, well, here are some Mookaite. Can you strand them, put together strands for me? And she sorted them out by color.
It would have been hard on these because so many of the beads have more than one color in the bead. That is what makes it a higher grade of Mookaite, is when you can see 2, sometimes 3 shades represented in the same bead, one bead. I have seen Mookaite where the whole bead is just one color.
Yeah.
Though they'll have the golds, the reds, the creams.
Okay, here's the 4mm, which is item number 18, full strand, 90 beads for $450, 45. A half strand is $250. We have 15 full strands here. And let me pull out a couple here to show you what they look like. Of course, they look like, if I bring it up close, they look just like the 10s, I guess. But anyway, there are all of them there for you to see. Mookaite has got to be one of my all-time favorite beads. For one thing, it's just fun to say Mookaite. And the other is it's just so much variety. I see these, particularly the 10s, possibly the 8mm, in a men's bracelet. Father's Day's coming, everybody. Father's Day's coming, Debbie. Don't make me jewelry. I can do my own. So I'm going to put away the 10s. The 10s were $335 for a strand of 15. And I'm sure we'll have all this sorted out the time we're shipping. By the way, what we'll be doing is sending out invoices to those who make purchases today shortly after
Oh, well, maybe.
the auction. Maybe. Debbie is over here. Debbie had this grand plan on organizing all of this. And I think we've already thrown that out the window.
I can't write fast enough.
I owe her a trip to Hawaii. We just got back from the East Coast. We went to Yale to watch our daughter graduate, and then we went to New York, which was a horrible experience for Debbie. And then we went to Boston, the Boston area, and then to New York and Niagara Falls, which Debbie had wanted to see Niagara Falls her whole life. And we stayed in this hotel built in the 20s, which was like stepping into an old movie, which from their Starlight Lounge, you could see the falls. It was really cool. All right, where are we at?
No, you're too far ahead. You want number 19.
The tubes. Yeah, we're not through with the Mookaite yet. Mookaite tubes. These are 13 by 4mm. A full strand of 30 beads is $5. Half strand is 30. We have 10 strands, which I am going to pull out now. I love tubes. And this is a beautiful example of Mookaite tube because you've got more than just one color represented in each bead. It's not just all monochrome.
These are gorgeous.
Yeah, I love the tubes. It's a 13mm tube. Just a beautiful example of Mookaite. And we did hit at least one bead store while we were gone too, which was interesting. I think we had to do that to write off the trip. Yeah, we thought it would be fun to deliver things to people in the different areas we were going, but there just plain wasn't time. We were rushing. Plus, I think it rained a good portion of the time, sometimes just pouring. But it was Debbie's first time being east of Denver. So anyway, let's put the Mookaite tubes away. I think that's the last of the Mookaite.
Yeah.
Ah, Ursula's here. So we can do Canadian jokes now.
Isn't that supposed to be you won't do any more Canadian jokes because Ursula's here?
I haven't done any yet. Um,
The only thing that I might joke about would be their postal system. I keep getting emails from them. They can't seem to make up their mind whether they want to deliver the mail anymore or not.
well, and the whole tariff situation. I'm hoping your last order, Ursula, wasn't expensive for you or anything, because I understand there's sometimes, even in this country, hitting people. All right, this is pink glitter flat leather, 10 millimeters. It's not leather. This is a faux leather. It comes from the faux animal. It's sold by the yard, $125 a yard, $1.25 a yard. We have 30 yards. This is a fun leather.
I don't know if Becky's with us or not, but this leather had been intended for her collection back in February for the Valentine's Day collection, and it did not make it in time, and I didn't know what to do with it. So those are the kinds of items that'll end up in these sales.
Yeah, in fact, let me bring out the ruler here. It looks like it is about 3/8 of an inch wide.
That's your 10 millimeter.
For those of you up in Canada, that's 10 millimeters. So where they measure things as the good Lord intended you, in lots of 10. Anyway, it's a fun leather.
Yeah.
Someone will not get the end piece there.
Oh, I'll make sure. Well,
yeah,
I'll make sure that their 1 yard lengths are nice, the whole length.
It's almost two-sided. There's a small seam on the back, but I like when they do this because then you don't have peeling of the faux from the underlying backing along the edges. Oh, $1.25 a yard. And I am going to put that away. And that was number 20. And Misty wants 20 times 2, so that's 40 yards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky did do a late thing last night. Okay, wow. This is almost going faster than I planned, Debbie. We might do this again.
Okay, so
Yeah, Becky, I don't think Becky sleeps. It says she was up past her, whatever she did, her live session went past midnight. I think her and Danielle did something together too, or who was it? She did something to do with organizing your findings, which if Becky, if she's nothing else, she is organized. So anyway, these are check, half plated, copper on black. They're 12 by 9 millimeter. You get 10 beads for $1.50.
They're actually Preciosa fire polish.
Yeah, if I turn my page over, I could see
and
that.
again, they're old stock, so it's probably some of the first beads I ever bought when we opened our studio.
I believe Preciosa is one of the original rhinestones. You all know that that's where the term rhinestone comes from. It was they used the Rhine River to run the machinery to make the crystals like Swarovski and Preciosa. And so they became known as rhinestones because of the region from which they came. So anyway, these are just a fun check copper on black bead. Good size too. Good for, I'd use these in bracelets again. But then I tend to make my necklaces a little smaller, but I could see using this, in a chain. Let's see. Do we have, nope, the next one's slightly different. Let's bring it down here. Give everyone just a minute. You pay a border service fee and 2 additional taxes. Yes, it's unpredictable. That's the one. This is Ursula talking about the Canadian system. Someone up there got hit with like $125 fee on one of our boxes, which I thought was just insane.
That's criminal.
That's Canadian.
We'll make more trips to Niagara Falls, walk across to Canada and mail it.
we'll stick them on a, but we still have to pay the duty. We'll stick them on a little paper boat and blow them across.
There we go.
Of course, I don't know how close you are to Toronto. We aren't going inland. We aren't going any farther in.
Meet you at Niagara Falls and hand them off.
I debated about walking over the bridge just for the stamp in my book and thought, nah, that doesn't really qualify as being in Canada, I don't think. So putting these away. And I think I have another half plated.
They're not half plated, they're
They're
full plated.
fully plated.
Same thing though, the Leosa fully plated copper teardrops. Again, it's old stock, so
11 by 8, 10 beads are $1.
Yeah.
Which, if my math is right, that's like 10 cents a bead, isn't it?
Yeah. It's because, like I said, I probably bought these back in 2008, 2009, and I'm using the prices that I would have paid for them back then to put them up for sale. So I have no idea what they go for today.
You can still get Preciosa, but we just don't. The prices have shot up so high. So 10 beads for $1. Let's see what we bought these for. Actually, you don't have a retail on these.
I told you it's too old.
It's too old. That's why I don't have a retail price on these.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they would be worth today. I know what I paid for them.
Well, they're worth at
15
least
years ago, but
they're worth at least 10 cents a piece today. So, which on our little bead shop exploration, I didn't see many 10-cent beads while we were out there, particularly Czech crystal.
Again, they're the fire polish crystal. They're not the leaded crystals. So.
Oh, yet the cuts seem to be more refined.
Yeah, they may have changed things
over a fire polish.
time. So
fire polish tends to have kind of a soft edge. All right, putting these away. Copper and bronze. Oh, I think I just got a text message. It's from the White House. Apparently, President Trump wants some naked babies.
Yeah.
For his wife, daughter, and for all of the female members of the cabinet.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let me real quickly send him a message that he's going to have to wait till after we're done here. Okay, I think we have some hematites next.
Are we going to, let's see.
So we have 3 different sizes of hematite beads, and I'm going to start with the smallest one this time.
Okay.
Okay, this is a rainbow hematite round, 4 millimeter, 40 beads on a strand, short strand, and it's $1 per strand. And it looks like we've been selling these in the past for like $1.80 a strand. Bring that out here. This is what I love about hematite. It just takes a finish so beautifully. And you get this great color. The 4 millimeters, of course, are a great separator bead. So let's set those up.
I love the rainbow plating on the hematite. The color is, I call it jewel tone.
Well, I like the hematite because it just feels so substantial. Yeah. All right, number 24 is the 6 millimeter, which you get 25 beads on a strand for $1.25, and we actually have 60 of these. And let's bring this down so I get that in there. And we're doing it for $1.25. In the past, we've sold these for like $2 a strand. It's funny, it looks out of focus, but that's just because of the fun reflective properties that it has. And then we have the 8 millimeter. $8 millimeter is going to be $1.75 a strand with 20 beads on a strand. Gosh, it's been a long time since we've had messages from the White House. I used to talk about it a lot And one day I was driving up to the office, and over to the side of our building there was a Homeland Security truck parked there. And I have to tell you, I got a little freaked out. This was during a previous administration where we were sending out emails. Anyway, there's the 8mm, which again had that beautiful thing. Anyway, I got a little panicky about it. Then I looked, and next to him was an FBI, not a van, but a SUV. And apparently we were next to a bowling alley, and apparently they were having a law enforcement bowling tournament, so they weren't there for me, for which I am still grateful today, eternally. So Debbie too, because it'd be fun to visit Cuba, but Gitmo would not be my first choice. I'm putting away the 4mm, which are $1 a strand, number 23. And the 6s are going away, number 24, $1.25 a strand. I like to keep the hematites around in rainbow and other things, just because when I need some sort of a filler and I can't find anything else, one of the hematites will usually work. And my granddaughters just like the rainbow colors, which anything that is bright colors or sparkles, my granddaughters have always liked. All right, hematite has been pushed away. No, there's more hematite. We can't have too much. What we're going to do now is a hematite faceted round, 6mm, 20 beads at $2.15. We have 14.
Let me see one of those strands. That might be a typo. I think there's 25 on a strand.
Debbie's going to count them.
5.
It says 25 beads, Debbie. What did I say?
15. It says 20 beads for $2.15.
Oh, it says 20.
And then below it says 14 sets of 25 beads.
Yeah.
There are 25 beads to a set on the button.
Okay, we stand corrected.
Yeah.
So there is the fun faceted beads, rainbow hematites. Again, these are just fun to keep and put in different times. We should have a challenge where somebody makes a formal style necklace using hematite, because most people tend to think of this as a more informal. Is that the appropriate way to say it?
I don't know.
These are for fun things, not especially for events, but I think they're wrong. I think these would work wonderfully for more formal things too. So that is number 26, the rainbow hematite.
In a faceted bead.
Rounds.
Yeah.
And what have we got next? What's next is not hematite.
No.
But I think we have some more coming.
The shapes are coming down the line a ways.
Okay, so 26. We will put those aside. This is one I hadn't seen, Debbie. As I was going through it, I think it just kind of got lost.
Oh, this is a set of buttons that actually did come from my grandmother.
Yep,
I said she was a tailor, seamstress, and back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I got her button collection, which pounds of buttons. But this one set was in there. As close as I can tell, they're a lucite, and they're black with these little crystals on it. They look like almost like a white polka dot, but it's a crystal. It's a little crystal that's in there. They're rectangular in shape. It's a sew through on the back side. And so these are a true vintage button that are approaching 100 years old. So
they weigh nothing.
And
you can see some of them, they were obviously put together and cut. Some of them have a little more of the transparency in the corners. Like this one doesn't look like it has any at all. So there's a little bit of variation.
Well, they probably couldn't manufacture them quite as perfect as they do today, so
Well, actually, they might have done it better back then. So anyway, this is basically half price
yeah.
from what we were selling them for. They are 16.5 by 11 millimeters.
What a great clasp these would make on a black and white, bracelet of some kind.
And
So,
again, they're just feather light.
but
They don't weigh much of anything because this
is an example where I don't have enough to put into a collection or a box, but I need to free up some room. So
yeah, I think Debbie collected some of these. She used to do a lot of crocheting, and these would have worked in a crochet project for a top
they might
or
have.
a sweater or something. Anyway, just a fun bead.
They are fun. So
And that is number 27. Oh my heavens, we're way more than halfway done. We might get this done before the Memorial Day weekend is over. Yeah, you could. This is one where you either buy one or you buy a bunch of them because you have a project in mind.
yeah, they're a piece of history. So
And I was amazed when I went to the store and checked the price to a fabric store and checked the price of just plain buttons. Well, it's like everything else, I guess.
yeah.
All right, oh, I didn't know we had more of these.
This I think it's the last
Now,
button.
oh, you told it was a button. I was going to say, oh, let's put it away. This is a blue flowery
This
nail.
Shanda took a couple of these, so I'm not positive on the count.
I don't know if they're still.
I'm not sure they're still 29.
Our daughter came by and says, "You're selling these?" And she started going through things. But anyway, this has a little flower on it.
The flower is an enamel
On
metal.
a base.
But then again, your crystals are I'm pretty sure they're Swarovski crystals, so.
Or some sort of a rind.
Yeah.
And there's the information, 19 millimeters, 3/4 inch. If you're into other sizing, it's a 30L.
And they do have a shank because I actually ran the little tie cord through the shank to attach them to the card.
Yeah, the shank is cast. The entire base of this is a casting, and then the stones have been added, and the shank is included in the casting, which tends to be a little stronger and sturdier and more stable than when they add them in afterwards. So we have possibly 29 of them.
Yeah, like I said, Shanda took 1 or 2, so I might be down to 27, but
yeah, these are hard to find anymore. Yeah, Shanda does that. We don't see her forever, and she says, "Oh, I'm not doing any jewelry." She's into watercolor right now. She's been an artist her whole life. Bring that back down here.
Yeah.
And said, "I don't have time for jewelry." Then she came by the other day, and while I had her granddaughter over doing something else with her, Shanda for 2 hours went through and just made it so there's less stuff available for all of you today. All right, buttons going away. Oh, is Dina here? Oh, Dina, we're going to have to talk about your primary job sometime.
Hi, Dina. Loved that last tutorial.
Yes, I was going to say your primary job should be making tutorials.
Yes.
Everyone go and subscribe to Dina's channel. She needs more subscribers.
I can't understand why she doesn't have it 2 to 3 times. Her videos are so professional.
All right, let's see what we've got here. Oh, what we got? I don't think I've ever seen a crackle lantern before. This is a purple crackle lantern cut. It's an 8 by 7 millimeter. We have full strands for $475, half strands for $250. We have 10 strands available. And these are loops.
These are more than a 16-inch strand.
Yes, they are. Maybe.
I'm going to guess they're probably about a 20-inch if you
Nope.
unloop them,
I
no?
think they're 15.
Are they?
I think they're 15
It's
inches
16,
on
okay.
a loop. So that's okay
They
because
just
they are
look
purple,
longer.
but they have crackle.
Well, and 7 beads, 60 beads, yeah, they'd be about 15, yeah,
They're
inches,
pretty.
16 inches.
And I think they appear a little bluer on the camera under these lights. We're using a fluorescent light and it tends to push it.
A true amethyst shade purple, so.
Yeah, like it says, the fluorescent lights tend to push certain crystals into the blue range. So these are like a really nice amethyst color. There, what now? This is number 29.
Yeah, I hadn't seen them do the crackle down in a lantern shape before, so that makes them really fun.
Or any of the cut beads, usually. So purple crackle lanterns. That's another fun one to say. And that is number 29.
Yeah.
Now, what have we got next? I can get it up here and set it up beforehand while people are fighting over them.
I don't know for sure where this next one came from.
Yeah, we just, Debbie stole these at a bead show. Just shoved them in her pocket, sneaked out, and they were all.
I don't remember where I bought them.
They were all upset because some lady was trying to walk out with a Rolex watch in the booth next to us, and so they didn't notice Debbie. No, I'm sure these came from our early days when we were ordering from anyone who would take our order. But these are an AB frosted dark red round. They are 3mm. A full strand has over 140 beads for $1.80. Half strand is $1. We have 19 strands. And as a 3mm, you can see that they are all tangled together. And these would almost work with seed beads.
I was going to say a 3mm seed bead is really close to a size 8.
That's an 8, an 8
yeah,
odd.
They're very close to a size. They're just usually a smidgen bigger than your size 8 seed bead.
Yeah,
but
it's actually a matte finish on this, even though it says AB. These would go great with like a Picasso.
Yeah, they're a half-plated AB on a dark red glass bead. I thought they were really pretty, but I've not found a box or collection that I could put them in. And then when I went back to get more, because I was going to put them with the rainbow jasper beads, of course, they're discontinued and you can't find more. So
Yep. So $1.80 for a full, $1 for a half strand. This is number 30. So what did we? Oh my gosh, we usually sell these for $4.
Yeah.
$4 a strand. And these again are they're a loop, so they're about a 14, 15-inch strand on there. Where have these been, Debbie? These must have been buried because
they've been with the dark reds. Like I said, I had a hard time knowing where to put them, and then realized they go really well with rainbow jaspers, but by then I didn't have enough to really put in a collection.
This is why we're doing the yard sale, people, because
I either have too much of something or not enough, or it came too late to put into a collection. Anyway, and I'm running out of room since we work out of our home now. Don't have a studio, so
yeah, which home is really crowded with beads. Okay, 31. Is this the containers? Yes, it is.
Yeah. This side is a little different. I just wanted to see what people thought about getting something like this in the sale.
I think this was originally supposed to be like a freebie or something like that. And anyway, this is a flower bead container. We're selling them for $1.50. Looks like we have 6. We only have 6 of these. It separates out so that there is a lid. And so there are actually 7
compartments
in this. And no, this was, I think we were going to fill this with something, weren't we?
Well, I looked
And
this
sell it
up,
as a
and
kit.
Etsy was selling some of these for $2.50 a piece. So I marked mine down to $1.50 a piece, and
I don't even want to know what you paid for them.
well, I don't remember. But
Yeah.
anyway, what I had thought at one time was that it would have been fun to put the components for a kit or a container in these. But again, when I went back to get more, the price had really gone up.
Yeah.
So,
and those of you who've been with us a while know we never put just 7 items in a kit. We should, but we never put just 7 items in a kit. But anyway, we only have 6 of these.
they'd also work for any of you who do videos and want to show beads. You could put beads in this and then lift it up to your camera to keep them separate, kind of like a tray.
Jody was cleaning instead of coming to our cell. Jody, this is your excuse for getting out of cleaning, is coming to this. You can clean anytime. So no,
Okay.
I appreciate anyone who cleans. Oh, heaven help us.
I don't know how many of you'd be interested, but things like this container or forms. I have boxes of you've seen the bar forms that you hang bracelets on, and the neck forms for putting necklaces on. I have just whole bunches of stuff like that, and I'm happy to put them in future sales if anybody has an interest in that type of product. So.
Okay. This is the item that everyone's waiting for. Jody, you got here just in time for the enameled cats. These are 30 by 16. We put them into, was the auction last time? I didn't even know we had them. Debbie had just picked them up to see what they looked like.
They're sold by the pair.
They're by the pair, $1 a pair. We have red, pink, blue, turquoise, gray,
and rainbow. This one, I will do back orders for a few of them. I went back to the vendor. The vendor has discontinued these, but they had 3 more sets that they were willing to give me. There are 5 of each color in each set. So I will have like 15 more sets. And it might take a week or 2 to get them to you, but...
Yeah, with the tariff situation, even with the suspension, the whole shipping thing has changed. I love these. These look like they've been done, like they've taken a color picture and turned it into black and white. I call this the cat noir because it looks like an old movie of the cat. So there is the black and white one, which I will set right there. And then here is the rainbow one, which we featured on our cover, our thumbnail.
Janda took a couple of these too.
Yeah.
No. She just figured her daughters would just absolutely love them.
She only has 2 daughters. How many did she take? Who knows?
I don't know.
But there's the rainbow one, which it's called rainbow. Good. And then this must be the pink one. And I've got to take them out of the containers. Oh, okay, there's one less of the pink ones.
It's on the floor.
I know, I dropped it.
We'll pick it later. It's under your chair leg, under the bar.
I'll probably run over it and destroy it. Oh, there it is. There's the pink. And these have they just have been very well done.
Yeah, they're beautifully manufactured.
They put a protective surface, a resin surface over the top to protect them. Oh, these were a mistake. They came upside down, Debbie.
Oh.
Okay, there's the red ones. Same basic pattern on each one of them.
I'm dying for those of you who got them in the auctions or get them this time. I would love to see what you make from them. I see so many possibilities, and it would just be fun to see what you guys do with them.
Yeah, something other than just an earring dangle or something.
Well, an earring dangle's fine.
It is, but I'd like to see fun things. One year we did pet collars in the Chandlu style, and these have been a fun dangle on the pet collar. Here finally is the turquoise. I've spent way too much time on the cats, haven't I?
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
There's the turquoise. All right, they are going away. And what was that, number 32?
Yeah.
The end is in sight. Not really. Oh, this is the other fun one.
Shanda took some of these too.
Did she?
Yep.
Okay. These are the Magnasite turtles. They're 18 by 14 millimeters. We have strands, 20 and 10 bead strands, $2 for the full strand, $1.50 for the half strand. We have 9 strands, or we did have 9 strands.
What happens here is if I can get something on sale that looks good, I buy it, and then I'm passing that price on to you guys. So
Yeah.
that's why the price is this good.
These are two-sided.
They are two-sided, which I love.
These are just fun.
These would be so fun this summer. You know, they just scream
Okay.
beach
I
to
think
me.
we've got one missing a leg, Debbie, so we'll have to pull that one out.
So, like I said, Shanda, I think, took half a strand.
That's the
yesterday.
hazards of living in the ocean. It's a violent environment. Some of them have had their flippers nibbled off. But anyway, I just love how these look, how they feel. I mean, you can pick up stones and you get a feel for them, which unfortunately you can't do through the video here. And these,
Well, Magnasite is one of those stones that is a little bit more on the porous side, which makes it
it's very porous.
Which makes it really good for taking the different, dyes and colors.
Yeah, you break it open and the dye goes all
And
the way.
the dye goes all the way through. The color goes all the way through it, and it's just, it doesn't come off, rub off like it would on other types of stones. So
yeah, it's like the true color glass.
that's why so much Magnasite that's been dyed turquoise they try to sell it as turquoise because it looks like it.
Mostly on eBay.
Yeah.
So turtles are going away.
Oh, the turtles are fun. I want to get more of those if I can, if I can find them.
Well, our poor Chinese vendors are trying. Okay, I think.
Yes, Jan, we mentioned this at the first. You can go back through the whole video. You can email me with what you want. If they didn't sell out, I'll put them into an invoice for you.
Okay, I think I've got, this is a 3-part set, so we'll do this, we'll bring them all out one at a time.
Well, 3 colors, same stone, 3 colors.
This is a half-plated blue-purple twisted coin, 18 millimeters. We're selling a set of 6 beads for $2.40. We have 15 sets of this first color, which is the blue-purple. And I'll grab a couple strands from this. It's funny, Swarovski had an identical twisted coin bead that they sold years ago. And we were trying to show someone, the difference between the Chinese crystal and the Swarovski. And we laid them down side by side, handed the customer a magnifier, and she says, "You're right. This one has some scratches and that. It's not as nice as the Swarovski, and the one with the scratches was the Swarovski."
Yeah, they couldn't pick them out. I tried.
Tell the difference.
I probably put them in front of a dozen people, and they could not pick this crystal out from the Swarovski crystals. So,
all right, so that's number 34, and then number 35.
These work great as sun catchers. Jan, yeah, I've also used them in ornaments.
Yes.
I make Christmas ornaments from them, and they are beautiful in that too. And I've bezeled them before with seed beads and had it work out really well.
Let me show you if we can see the difference here. These are an ink blue. The purple blue have just a slight purple
I had
cast.
more purple in it.
Again, in the reflection, again, the fluorescent lights tend to kill the purple a little bit. But I think you'd be happy with either one. And then we have a third one, which you shouldn't have any difficulty telling from the others. They are all the same price. And this is a dark red twisted coin. Let me grab a couple of these strands. And that is just a beautiful, rich red. And again, these are 18 millimeters. Send them over to the side here so that you can see them a little bit.
So I'm down to these are the last 3 colors I have in this bead. I used to have like a dozen.
And we have the Swarovski too.
And I had the Swarovski, and they kind of got mixed together.
No, no. You may get Swarovski beads. No, these are Swarovski didn't sell them as
strands.
They
So
sell
I'm
them in little
hoping that
individual
I know what
packets.
these are.
And what you're paying for a strand today is what the Swarovski costs individually, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm going to put away the blue purple or purple blue, depending on. We used to have a long strand necklace that we did. Margot may remember it, that used these twisted rounds.
Well, I did a set that I called Fire and Ice, and I put the red ones in. They represented the fire, and the blue ones represented the ice. It was a seed bead weave. Anybody interested in those patterns, just email me. I'm happy to give out the patterns I used to do.
If we can find them. Yeah, I was walking to church one day, and there was a lady sitting there, and I says, that looks so familiar. That looks like one of our designs. I wonder if Debbie stole that from somebody. And I looked up at the person, and it was one of our students.
Yeah.
Who just happened to be there that day. One last look at the red. It's almost a blood red. Okay, that was 34, 35, 36. And just as kind of a complimentary stone to those.
Yeah, these are the only ones I have of this one.
Yes. We have one twisted coin, AB blue, which is a 22 millimeter. Those others were 18. We have 5 beads for $250. We only have 8 sets of this. And hopefully you can see the AB finish on this. But just, 4 millimeters does make for a bigger bead.
22 millimeters.
22, well, 4 millimeters difference between the 18. Yes, these are not 4 millimeter beads. I'm holding them that close to the camera. But anyway, I just love the twisted ovals and that nice straight cut on each side. The coins, they're not ovally. Okay, I've been slapped. Oh, again, these were fun to put down next to the Swarovski for people.
I've used these as a focal in a bracelet before if I wanted something real sparkly, glittery. So
yeah, or we put them with the 18 millimeters. We've made it the center piece with that. So if you like sparkle, if you like AB, if you like coins, gosh, if you just like pretty things, this is a wonderful bead. And we've only got 8 sets of this one. And that is number 37. Okay, Carrie Moore, OMO. I don't know.
Carrie Moore?
Well, she's got an OMO afterwards, and I'm afraid to ask what that is.
Let's see. Something, a pin, no? OMO.
On my own.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's an acronym for
Saw the
something.
message from Marianne. If she's number 8, give mine to Cole. We don't have a Cole here.
I'll be going back over this chat with a fine-tooth comb before I send out invoices, so
Yes, and Debbie has fine tooth combs too.
yeah.
Combs and cones. All right, next we have item number 38. We're back to some hematite. We have 5 sets of 6 beads. These are
13 beads, not 6. 5 sets.
there's 13 beads in a set, but you have 5 sets
Of
6
13
beads.
beads.
Oh, okay.
I know, it's another typo.
I know. Let's dump it out.
My granddaughter threw me for a loop on these. They were on a bad metal
A
wire.
wire.
And I said, would you please restring these on monofilament for me? Next thing I knew, she had taken them off the wire and just put them all in one big pile. When I come over on her, saw this on her bead mat, I went, I still wanted them in sets of 13, graduated. So she spent the next hour resorting these back out.
Yeah, I love the gold reflection on these. This screams Egyptian princess to me.
Yeah. Put a little separator bead in these and you almost have a ready-made necklace. I love these, so.
I just like to look at them.
And it's a real high grade of plated hematite. They look really nice. There's no chips, gouges, that sort of thing with them. There are some fingerprints on them now, but that will wipe off.
Yeah. If we ever commit a crime, our DNA and fingerprints are everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish we had a few more of those.
I might have some in just,
Silver.
the black or silver.
I think we had silver at one
I
point.
might have some silver ones, but
All
I
right,
don't have any more gold. So.
This is number 39.
Yeah.
And what do we got here? Rose gold arrow links, 43 by 6 millimeter. You get a set of 5 links for $1. We have 38 sets.
This was another item that had been intended for Becky's collection and didn't make it in time.
And I'm going to show you just one.
Because, hers was Valentine's Day. I thought, oh, these would be so cute, especially if you put some of the leather cord on each end of this link. You'd have a really cute bracelet. Nice rose gold.
Almost 2 inches long.
And there is a curve in it, so it fits your wrist really nice.
Or as an actual arrow, it was for shooting around corners. Good size loop on the ends.
Yeah.
And
They're just really pretty.
There are 5 of them in a set. I just like the bright copper too.
Yeah.
We live in a world where in the past everything was all silver and gold, and it's fun to see the other colors represented. I think they stand out. They work better with some people's complexions, and you can see we've got a few of them. Sorry, Becky, these were supposed to be for you.
Yeah.
Who is hopefully is sleeping in this morning after her late night. Oh, whoops. Forgot to put the tag back in with that. They will be lost forever without a tag. All right, looks like we have another hematite. Rainbow hematite textured hearts. This is one of my favorite of the hematite hearts. There's 20 beads in a set for $265. And if I'm not, yeah, this was another one that we were selling for $4. Let's bring a few of them out.
Well, I loved these when I first saw them. The texture in it reminds me of raindrops.
Yeah, it's like a splatter paint.
So, I mean, look at those. Or maybe cobblestones. I don't know. It just
something that would break an ankle if you walked on it. Yeah.
I just absolutely love these.
It's fun to have something that's very smooth and shiny, but it's fun to have a texture too. It just adds interest. And with the finish on here, you can see that the color changes as it moves. And I think jewelry is something that should bring attention, to the jewelry piece and to the wearer. And something like this does that. And there is enough on a strand here with a few separator beads to make a whole bracelet.
Yeah.
I like bracelets that are delicate and have small things. And these are 8 millimeters, which I think is one of the perfect sizes out there in the world. And on this side, can I put them away?
If they're not into textures,
It
there's
says
the next
menu
one.
update. Oh, Hawk wants to go to one quantity.
Yes.
Put it back. That's not a problem. It used to take 24 hours for YouTube to get the chat channel up so that we could see it. And thankfully, it doesn't take that long anymore. And so we're able to go back and review it and see what everyone bought and what they bought.
Yeah.
So
that way I can catch comments down asking for changes. I'll try to.
Yeah.
And if I make a mistake, just email me back and I'll fix it.
That's right. Okay, now we have the smooth hematite hearts, 8 millimeter. There's 50 beads on a strand for $3.50, 25 beads for a half strand, and it says we only have 4 strands.
Yeah, these strands did not get broken down like a lot of them do into 20 bead strands. They're still on the full strand the way they came
I've
to
only
me.
pulled
So
3 of the strands out, but again, you can see these just, again, very substantial feeling, two-sided.
Well, one side has more of the kind of the green,
Does it?
gold. The others are purple, blue.
I'm not seeing that.
Oh.
It's even the edges, the color changes. Like there's a blue one right there, and you turn it on edge, and you get a gold green. You flip it on the back, and you got kind of a pinky purple. The other side has that pink and yellow. Anyway,
but these are as smooth.
$3.50 a strand. I mean, we used to sell these for $5.50 for a strand.
For the full 15, 16-inch strand, yeah.
And we only have 4 left, so it must have been popular. Realizing we weren't a bead shop, we just sold beads to our customers that came in learning how to make jewelry. Oh, that's one. Certain things I just like to pull out and look at them.
Well, this is helping me know what you guys are looking for, what kinds of things you like. I mean, this being the first sale, we came into it pretty blind, so.
Worse than blind. Swore we would never do this. All right, number 42 is another hematite.
Okay, before you show this one, I want to explain it.
Yeah, go ahead and explain it.
Okay, I had some hematite shapes, but I only had a few, like 1 strand, or maybe even just half a strand, or whatever. And rather than just put 1 strand up here, I have grouped 3 different shapes into 1 bag. So because of that, there is only 1 of this item. It's going to be a little bit higher in price than some of the hematite we've been showing, but that's because you get a few of 3 different shapes.
I need you to ask the question before I put it up there. You got a half strand listed.
That doesn't even belong there.
Okay. Anyway, here it is. We only have the 1.
Here.
Yes, Debbie just changed it. It is a mixed hematite. This is number 42. Someone already got it.
Okay.
Lois.
No, Gina Sherman.
Gina Sherman.
She came in first on this.
Yep, she did.
I will see if I can get more of these shapes and put them into a future sale, since it looks like people are really interested. These are little 6-millimeter hearts. These are 13 by 4 millimeter tubes, and then the rings or the donuts are 12 millimeter. This is just all I had of these few little shapes here, so we grouped it together. Hematite is something that's, generally speaking, not too hard to find. So with this much interest, I'll see if I can lay a hold of some more rainbow hematite shapes for
the
future.
small hearts. I had plans for those hearts, Debbie.
That's all there is, Steve.
Okay, so the hearts may come with a couple missing. No, they won't. They won't. What you should do is all get together and pool your money together to buy one set, and everybody gets a bead. All right, how much do we have left? We have
just the antique bronze is all, I think.
We have some findings here. All right, this is an antique bronze connector, 52 millimeters by 35. We're selling them individually for 20 cents.
Yep.
Can you buy anything in the bead shop for 20 cents?
These, I do not know where I got them. I'm beginning to think they might have been sent to me as samples, hoping I would buy more.
Yeah, I noticed there's a depression on these. Were they intending to like do a glue-on crystal or something?
This is the wrong one, Steve. Alexis got the wrong tag with she put the wrong tag with the wrong item. Look at the size.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're 53.
Yeah, but look at the other size.
Oh, wrong ones.
That goes with that one. This goes with these.
Okay, so we are flipping them over.
I'm gonna have to check her.
Actually, it's over here. Okay, the big ones here are number 44. They are number 44. They are 25 cents a piece. You've got like 7 loops, connector loops at the bottom, 2 at the top.
They have these little trays in them that are meant to take your flat backs.
Well, they're not a flat back. It's actually
or a pointy back.
It's actually a point back or a pointy.
You can fit either kind into these little trays. And I have made jewelry filling up these trays with little crystals, and when they're done, they are spectacular.
Anyway, that's 45 or 25 cents. There are 6 of them available. That's number 44.
And again, I have no idea what they might really be worth. They were just in a bag with no pricing. I don't have a record of them.
43 is the smaller one. It's still the same length, but it's narrower, and it is 20 cents. And this is the cutouts on this would be for a flat back.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what size of the flat back. We always buy our flat backs in a selection pack. So, but it looks like there is 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 5 trays.
Possibly 5.
It looks like you got 3 sizes. I guess, or right around I don't know.
And it looks like there's 13 loops on there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 13. Unlucky 13. So, but it's just a fun bronze connector.
But again, I have drawers full of findings like this that I'd be happy to get them up in future sales. I just didn't know if anybody would be interested. So.
Well, for me, they're fun to look at. These are the things that our vendor sends us out a sample or we see them in a catalog and we just can't resist. So. Okay, love unique. Yes, we do too. And you are now Cool Debbie.
Oh, it's warming up here quite a bit.
That's why we turned on the fan. It's probably going to be 95 today. Always interested in finding, Sharon Baker said. Okay. Well, like I said, this was a first for us. And so in the comment, and that's it basically for today. Yeah. We finished it in an hour and a half. Yeah. Less than an hour and a half, which I think is more than enough time. If you have comments, suggestions, complaints, well, hold your
The more feedback I get, the more I can structure future sales. Somebody did ask when the next sale would be. Here's pretty much what we have planned. Next Saturday is the party line. which goes over the calendar for June. The first Saturday in June should be an auction. I haven't started on it yet, but hopefully it will be. The next 2 Saturdays could be sales. Whether we would choose to do a sale on both or just one, give us some feedback. Would you guys be happier with this once a month or twice a month? And then the 4th Saturday, of course, is the party line
again.
The next collection / box, they're not always in a box anymore, sometimes they're in bags, will be coming out the end of June. Steve and I are celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary on June 27th, and I am putting together a special anniversary box with my favorite color and Steve's favorite gemstone.
Sort of.
My favorite color is blue. Steve's favorite gemstone is onyx.
Though I kind of think the onyxes are being pushed out for more blue, but there is still some in there.
So that's just a little bit of teasers. Keep your eyes open for more information at the party line and a little bit after that.
Yes, we were 7 years old when we got married.
No,
So,
oh. That's it, unless anybody has questions. Let me look real quick.
One thing about, Jody asked, and for those who came in late, if you go back through the video, I mean, we've got this on replay so that you can watch it. If you see something on there that you're interested in and it doesn't look like it's sold out, you can send us an email. Send Debbie an email. She's better at finding things. My email seems to have issues. But anyway, send her an email. That's at debbie@homestrungjewelry.com and ask her about it. And she may, if we've got it, we will, include it in your package or, send you an invoice for it. The invoices will be coming out. I don't think they're going to be itemized. It'll just be a total. If there are any questions or if there's a problem where we oversold something, she will indicate it in an email to you. So twice a month would be great. I think twice a month is more than enough.
But we don't have to do as much prep work on something like this. We're not shooting pictures and curating colors.
There's still prep work.
But yeah, there's still a little prep work, but not as much as there are on auctions and boxes.
No, we haven't done the after part yet. But anyway, it's just different. I mean, there's lots of people out there who are selling strands and individual beads, and so we just kind of figured we wouldn't do that sort of thing. But then the tariffs hit and everyone got a little freaked out. And the tariffs have only been suspended for 90 days. Who knows what's going to happen? And our vendors are bouncing all over the place trying to make things work. But we have a lot of stuff that we've been ordering over the last, some of these items here were ordered 15 years ago or so.
Yeah, 20 years ago maybe.
Yeah, even 20. And so we're happy to share, and we'll do that. Any final questions? Any final thing you want to say, Debbie?
Nope. I'm overwhelmed by everybody coming and the generous heart that I feel in this community. Thank you, you guys. You're all great.
Okay. And let's see, what did we have? Wow. We had quite a few people here today, so I guess we have to do it again.
Yep, yeah. We will do it again.
Deep down in my heart, I was hoping no one would come and we could go out to breakfast or something. But
if you do have suggestions for how we can improve this, please email me. We're new to this.
Yeah. And those of you who have said we want to see your faces, we were reflected in all those hematite beads. So just blow it up and you can see what
you can see Steve on the Facebook.
Don't even go there. That wasn't me.
His sister shot a picture of her and him on our trip.
And Debbie told her if her picture showed up that was it. She was leaving the family, possibly the country. Okay, I might sneak a wedding picture in for the anniversary box. We'll see.
We'll see.
Anyway, thank you all for coming.
This is Debbie saying bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, new nails.
New nails.
So, old nails for me. We will see you all later. Take care and bye-bye.